Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. To my new series I'd like to call Let's Complete. And me and my, you know, that's not right. Me and my derpness actually, you know, messed up considerably, and I forgot to hit the record button. So, uh, played 30 minutes and got all the audio, but forgot to get the video, so we're gonna do it over again. I know I'm level 7. I will go back. This is where you start. Basically, you're dancing around with the music, and a guard comes in, shot full of arrows, and then you come out here and see the scene that just happened. But I will try to be more careful in the future. Forget exactly what was said in the previous audio, but basically what I'm going to be doing, why I'm not calling this a let's play, is because I've already beaten it, twice in fact. You may have saw it as I cycled through the characters. I had a level 23 and a level 15. One was multiplayer, done on New Game Plus. Yes, there is a New Game Plus option, which is basically just a harder difficulty. No real improvement, I guess. I couldn't think of the word. Other than enemies hit harder and have more HP. There's no added attacks or anything, so I was a little disappointed with that. But give them credit for having a New Game Plus. At least it improves the stop that. It improves the oh gosh, what's it called? There's a name for it. Oh well. Anyways, the reason I'm calling this a God, my brain is blah right now. A let's complete rather than a let's play is because I've already beat it, and the other difference is I'm going to be getting all of the pets and all of the weapons, or at least as many of the weapons as I can get through the playthrough. Ideally, you know, I would do a little bit of secrets for you at the beginning of the episode, a little backtracking before the episode starts, and then push through with the story. We'll see how that goes. I feel a little imbecilic right now. Little rather frustrated and disappointed in myself that I didn't hit the record button. I mean, how noobish can you get, really? Anyways, enough of that. I see now that my recording numbers are red and not green. So I am recording. Good. So it's time to carry on like a wayward son, and there'll be rest when I am done. I'm greatly looking forward to that rest, because I'm kind of tired and my brain is shot. Not that the commentary was, exquisite. A little rusty on commentary. Stop doing that. There's actually been times where I've died because they kept spamming arrows right as I got up, and as far as you can't... Oh, you can. Okay. I'm just stupid like that. You can block right as you get up. But I have beaten this on normal, and I have beaten this on multiplayer, and multiplayer by far is easier. Yeah, the difficulty scales a little bit, but at that point, at least you have someone who's tanking the hits, at least a little bit. In my case, it was me, and my friend was a magician who cleaned up with his poison magic because he was the Green Knight. Every character has a different magic. So his was a cloud that poisoned, and it was rather sweet, really, because he'd poison them and then they'd run around taking poison damage. Come on. And some of you may be wondering why I'm doing the same move over and over again. It's because I could just sit here for days and beat the Jeebus out of them, because I don't ever fall to the ground, hardly. I will show off new combos as I get them. I got that one as I leveled before, where you hit A twice. I got that one, and that one, and that one, where if I can actually knock some up. And that one also knocks him up, but I'm going to stick with the aerial combo because, I mean, later on it won't make a difference because none of the enemies are as floaty as the leather armored goblins you encounter in the first stages. And I'm lagging a bit, it seems like, or maybe? No, I'm good. Pardon that interruption. I'm sorry, I hope that didn't come up on the recording. My memory is failing me. I don't remember what I was talking about, what I had gone over already. I had a whole script, but that kind of went out the window as soon as I failed to hit the record button. Not really a script, just in my head what I wanted to talk about, and since I'm doing this recording over, I can't remember what I have and what I haven't talked about, so yeah. How about them apples? I suppose I could go over it all again, even though some of it may have been going over. Or I could just shut up because, you know, people have told me my voice is annoying. So there's that. Oh yeah, I remember. Some of the humor of this game relies a lot on puns and just a lot of crude humor too. Oh yeah, that doesn't work on this boss. Oh Jesus! Didn't get out of the way in time. He will hit his own people, so that's very nice. And I can't. There are 2 attacks you can block and 2 that you can't. The fire one, I think, is one that you... And that one? Oh, good. Stupid minion made me turn around. That one and the punch you can block. Excuse me for being quiet. Little concentration here. Oh, I remember what I haven't talked about yet. I think I remember what I haven't talked about. I like the game a lot. The only gripe I have is that most of the bosses are really predictable. So, it's pretty much pattern memorization, so as long as you remember the pattern, you're golden. And as you can see, most of my stuff's going into strength and recovery. I have my projectile, so I'm good with that. I might put more damage into it before I get to the actual boss, but... Carl! I have Carl, the legless... Or the armless alligator. Sorry, not legless. Armless alligator. And his name is not actually, as far as I know, Carl? The armless alligator? It's just a name that me and my friend gave him on multiplayer. And I am so glad in this playthrough I actually have ranged magic because I struggled. That's why I struggled on the first time through, because he did that continuously. Just doesn't stop. Uh, I was pretty much a bruiser on my multiplayer playthrough. Mega damage, mega defense. Uh, really, on solo player, you need some sort of magical damage because that you can just get wasted by those big guys later on because they'll just keep tossing you and you can't do nothing about it. You can't get close. You can't stun them. It's a pain. And I think he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Another thing I'd like to do, but can't necessarily do, is get all the achievements. That'd be ideal on a Let's Complete, but because this game is so old, there really isn't a way to do it because no one plays it anymore. And some of the achievements require multiplayer. There's one that require you to revive all your teammates. Here's the first secret, by the way. You go back there, you get him. You could pretty much see him singing. Others won't be as, you know, accessible or, I guess, noticeable, rather. Um, as I was saying, requires multiplayer. You need to revive 3 of your teammates in a multiplayer game. Not the same teammate 3 times, unfortunately, because if it was that easy, I would have already gotten it. There's another one that requires you to beat multiplayer arenas. There's another one that requires oh yeah, the food challenge. God, my brain. And here's the portion of the crude humor, because I can't continue on, I can't go back, or I can go back, rather, but it forces you to stay here and watch that until the bird falls. And there's several instances in this forest where it forces you to watch. And here's the mallet that I currently have equipped. That's where you get it. Forces you to watch cutscenes. I guess you could call it a cutscene. I don't know what else to call it, really. And as far as the game volume, I don't know if it will carry over because I'm trying a new setup and I've been having some issues porting volume over into my rendering software from the new capturing. So you may just get a bunch of me talking if I can't figure out how to fix that. And more forced poop watching. I'm actually recording my vocal volume in a separate program because I've had that issue. There's a seahorse pet. I guess they're called pet spheres. Out in the open. Not going to pick him up because he is out in the open. And I've already gotten him. But I'm actually recording my volume in a separate program because I've had some issues with porting volume from the capturing device. I'm using Bandicam right now. Might actually go back to Fraps. Despite Bandicam being far superior in the frame rate, Fraps tends to drop frames rather frequently, which is frustrating. Lots of lag issues. Bandicam seems to be pretty stable at 60 FPS. So, but if I can't figure out how to port the volume over, then it's a moot point. So, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Also, there's that. And if you go behind this pillar, you'll get another weapon. I already have these weapons, just showing you in case you get it. Or have it and want to know where things are. This game likes to hide things behind things. And more forced poop watching. Very nice. Don't check behind that bush. Nothing there. Nothing to see here, people. And then these guys. And boom. I know I said I do mostly the floaty, but just beating their face in with a meat mallet works pretty well too. Meat. I should have saved that. This boss is pretty simple. Really, all he does is make babies, and as long as you just do the floaty jump, you're okay. Can't really hurt you otherwise. And there's really no reason to beat up the babies because they all die when the big one dies anyways. You know, I don't know if it gives you experience for it. I think experience is generated by hitting, because as you can see, I didn't really kill anything there, but I still leveled up. So, as far as I can tell, that's how you get your experience, is by doing damage. So, if you're desperate for experience, go ahead and beat up the babies. He constantly spawns them until you kill them. And I said this in my last go through. This is actually the first achievement that I got. Deer Trainer, I think that's what it's called on Steam. But it's basically make it through this mill without taking any hits, and the deers do a good job of telegraphing where the doors are, so you just want to stop. You just want to follow them. And if you stay about this far away from the boss, you have plenty of time to jump over the logs. The only thing is, occasionally your deer will slow down, so you need to keep an eye on that. As you can see, sometimes I fall back. But as I'm just following the pack of deers because they telegraph where the door is going to be. The first time through, I actually tried to look for the light, but I found out that was harder, and it didn't really... It didn't give you enough time just looking for the light. The deers give you far more time to find out where the door is. Still recording. Good, good. This was actually ported from Xbox, I believe. That's why I'm actually using an Xbox controller. I actually prefer the Xbox controller over the keyboard and mouse. Keyboard and mouse is actually a little bit harder. Actually, significantly harder. Can I? No, I cannot. You will... This boss actually... Get off. You'll see some of their punny humor with this game coming up shortly. This is actually where I stopped it. After this boss is where I stopped it the last time through, but I'm actually significantly faster this time because I do have the added damage. It took me a lot of time to beat up that big guy last stage because I didn't have the magic. So, as I said, magic is a must for a single player because you don't have the distraction of a second or third or even fourth player. Come on, sharks, really? How many times did I get here? Plus, I'm doing a lot more damage, so things are dying faster, which is a plus. Magikarp! You splash! Ow. It was super effective. And blop. I'm actually doing 3 damage to him. Before I was doing 2. Oh, are you serious? Okay, I was gonna say. As you can see, when he's stunned like that, he takes far more damage. And I almost let myself just take that first hit just so that he stays in line with the cannon, because Sorry for the lack of talking here. I'm trying to stay concentrated. And bobbing up and down like this is the only way I can find to get in hits and still avoid him. Oh, I messed that up. And faceplant. And if you haven't noticed yet, he is a catfish. And dead. And he's got a panda riding his backside. Put some more into strength. Anyways, that completes our first episode of Let's Complete Castle Crashers. I thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.